our society collapsing? It's okay. We all got our own inner demons. It is not a personal weakness. It is not a character flaw. It is just a product of a deeply flawed and traumatized society. You can't take the truth of what's in the dark. I'm going to go through the lyrics for this song, Eating Me Alive, and this is terrifying. Well, the song, yes, but just sitting in front of here, alone, bearing my soul to the internet. So that's scary, but the scariest thing to me is I've been trying to be more consistent, and I know that if I'm consistent, I could be successful, and that is what terrifies me because it feels like a trap. But I am building my dream life, so that's a fear I'm going to have to get over. But every time I do something good, I have almost a blackout panic afterwards because success has trapped me in the past. And I just feel that I know I could be successful doing this, even though I have no reason to believe that. I'm doing this alone. I don't really have the motivation. I don't really have the external world or anything telling me to do it. In fact, if anything, it's telling me to quit. The numbers are not there. But I just believe in this project so much that I'm going to push through the terror and the fear and everything, because when I was at my lowest and everything was stripped away, this was still here, and this is my story. So let's go through the lyrics for this song, Eating Me Alive. I just did a new recording recently, so listen to that, and you'll see that it starts out just super creepy. Weird noises, me breathing. Those are just some noises I was making while recording, and I kept them in because it's just kind of creepy and different emotions, and it was really displaying all the mixed emotions and just went with the song, so I left it in. And this song, Eating Me Alive, you could take this song from two directions. You could take it from the spiritual direction of we have an auric field and there are entities and they attach and siphon our energy. But if that makes you uncomfortable, just take it from the therapy perspective of having boundaries and energy vampires and people who take your attention and your life force away from your goals because they're insecure and it makes you feel better. I don't really care what lens that you see it through because I believe both are true and they're talking about the same thing. It's just people feel comfortable with different lenses. So I personally believe that we have an aura and an auric field and everything's energy. But if you want to use the therapy modality, go ahead. It's all the same. So it starts out just me fighting through that recording, which I was, because I have not done the yellow section in a year. I didn't waste the year. I spent a year making music videos on the older songs, and I started live performing, so I did not waste the year, but I haven't done these types of recordings and videos in a year. I have 45 songs, so it's a ton. And this is the second song in the yellow section. So let me go through the first lyric, and I put all my lyrics on Polaroids. I feel terror, but also determination. So let's go. So this song starts out very accusory, very in your face, very insulting almost. And I'm okay with that because this is about confronting your shadow self, the darkest parts about yourself and about life and about society. So the first line reads, "You can't take the truth of what's in the dark." The truth is that most people won't do the deep shadow work that it takes to question everything they've ever believed in life and society. And this comes from an angry place of people hurting me because I threatened that. I threatened that comfortable, safe little box by asking questions and being myself and not blindly obeying what I was supposed to. So yeah, it's a personal grudge I have with people who choose to knock me down instead of grow with me. It's a pet peeve, that's for sure. Next line. You can't face the proof of what you are. This is speaking to anyone who tries to knock people down to make themselves feel better. You're not being realistic. You're not being honest. No. Something in that person threatens your understanding of reality. Like, say I want to do this, right? Oh, you'll never make it doing that. No one makes it in music or YouTube. You don't have what it takes. Yeah, I do. Actually, I have exactly what it takes. All you have to do in this world is do something to get money legally because it's more convenient. No, guys, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Like, no, but honestly, like, practically you need money in this world, which sucks. I would love for us to evolve beyond that, but you need it. So you got to do something to get it. But how you do that, you don't get to tell me what I'm capable of. Demons eating me alive through the holes in my aura, sucking me dry. So you could think of that as a physical aura with holes from trauma, with entities attached, or just boundaries. People take these insecurities and basically leak out your confidence. For example, I've always really sought validation because validation and success was love, right? But I'm also scared of it because success has been a trap in the past. The last time I was successful, okay, let's redefine success because success is not. Success is something that needs to be redefined, but the last time I was conventionally successful was when I was in high school, and I got a 4.0, I was a dancer, and at 15 I got sick, and I'm still suffering 15 years later, had an eating disorder. My parents didn't think I would survive it, and so it almost killed me, so no wonder I'm afraid of success. I also realized that success won't give me the love and validation, which was the main reason I was doing it for almost my entire life. So now I'm like, why am I doing this if I'm not gonna get that relief that I'm seeking? So I'm feeling this fear. And I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm building my life now. From nothing. Feeling like demons are eating me alive, through the holes in my aura, sucking me dry through my insecurities. They won't stop when I lose my mind. They'll leave just enough to keep their source of fuel alive. So, people won't stop hurting you when they see that they've hurt you. They will keep going. It's almost like feeding off of you. It's almost like your pain gives them pleasure. And that is a sad, creepy reality of a lot of people. When they see a person with potential in pain, it makes them feel good because they're like, I was right. Oh, this person isn't above me now. Look at how little I had to do to hurt them. And not all people are like that, but a lot of people have these traits. And I've been damaged by it in the past. I've fallen for it. I've been like, oh, they just want the best for me. They're speaking the truth. No, they're not speaking the truth. They're speaking from a place of enjoying emotionally injuring me. So that's what I'm saying no to, especially at the end of this song. They'll leave just enough to keep their source of fuel alive. So we could talk about narcissistic fuel. They'll leave just enough of yourself so they can keep siphoning and siphoning and keep that dynamic going. No mercy. Next. Too disturbing for you to face. All of your fears you won't face. So, people like that are just people, right? However, they're weak because they're not willing to face their stuff. They would rather take their pain and inflict it on another and get that relief than actually face who they are and how they're behaving. That's something I don't have any tolerance for anymore because I feel like I've at least tried to do the work. I am not finished, but I've at least tried to look at myself and be like, okay, where am I faltering? What needs change? It's hard for me to respect people who won't even try. and would rather hurt me instead. You won't face the truth, the subconscious parts. Now, a lot of this is subconscious programming, right? I mean, this is a song about emotional abuse, right? Because I'm talking about the auric field, I'm talking about boundaries. You can't see the auric field, right? We're not talking about someone hitting something. This is about this unseen realm of emotional abuse and manipulation. That is what this song is about. A lot of this negative behavior in people is subconscious programming from their trauma. Now, that's not an excuse, but it is an explanation. And, if you try to confront it and they keep behaving that way, then that just means that they won't face themselves. And you got to move on. You won't face the proof of who you are. Because who they are is someone who puts down other people instead of doing the work themselves. And that is sad, and it's pathetic, and it is the best way to make the world an even more horrible place. And we don't need that. We need the world to be a better place. So now comes the part of the song where I actually take responsibility for myself, because so far I've just been blaming other people this song, right? Like, that's kind of immature. Like, I talk about all this stuff, but come on, I gotta take responsibility for my stuff. And for why I let people behave this way and why my life isn't together. Because my life is not together. No, gosh. I'm building my dream life, but I'm terrified of success. I'm terrified of feeling trapped and the responsibility, and terrified that I won't get the love and validation that I've lived my whole life for because I know I won't get it. So why am I doing it? It's coming all from this intrinsic motivation, which feels eaten alive, but we keep going. Now, responsibility for myself, that's what's next. I was looking at the light. Should I turn that off? Leave it, stop. Okay. I say, I am destroying myself through the holes in my aura other people help. I am the one in control. I am the one destroying myself with my own thoughts of fear, of insecurity, of self-hatred. Eating disorder thoughts that I've mostly overcome, obsessive compulsive thoughts that overtook my life for over a decade that I still struggle with. Negative thoughts, depression, pushing through, ignoring my body's signals, like this is my responsibility, but through the holes in my boundaries, through my trauma, other people can latch onto that and make it worse. Sometimes intentionally, which is the worst feeling. I won't stop when I lose my mind. I was in the hospital last month. So, I don't know my limits. 10 days. This comes out in August, so it would be June. And then I was almost hospitalized again. I got triggered, walked in the neighborhood to a fire station in my bare feet. Locked eyes with the person in the fire truck as it was coming in the driveway, and got 7 guys out there, had a gurney right there. They're like, we can't leave you here. Either you go to the hospital or we call someone to bring you home. And I didn't know what was better, because I would have to continue with my life, which I was not excited or thrilled about. Was having a panic attack for 3 hours, twitchy in my bare feet, just 7 guys. That was not long ago. That was maybe a little over a week ago about. So I don't know my limits based on that story. For example, I won't stop when I lose my mind. Why do I want to keep the pain alive? What subconscious programming in me believes that I deserve to suffer and that I can't be happy? There's something in there, something that was planted that has grown, and I gotta get rid of that somehow. I'm working on it through this album. And facing my fears, like today, like I'm sweating. I'm living the dream, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I could make it. Damn it. Oh, frick. Okay. Then it goes, too disturbing for me to face, all of my fears to be faced. I'm afraid of success. And I'm afraid that it won't be satisfying because I won't get the validation I've been chasing, the love I've been chasing. It'll just be another trap. So I'm afraid to work so hard to just put myself into another trap. I think it's a legitimate fear to have. But like, what's my other option, right? Living like this? Mentally ill, disabled, not successful? No. This is not continuing. I'm doing this. Too disturbing for me to hear. All of my fears are keeping me here. All of my fears are keeping me stuck in this land where I'm not being consistent. I'm not being successful. And it's not about views. Like, I don't care about views, but they're bad. And they've been bad, which I think is because of this fear. I think that there's just something energetically that I'm not ready yet. Physically stable, mentally stable to take this on. But I think the more consistent I become, the sooner I will be ready. And I will be ready. I'm doing it. But oh my gosh. Now I'm talking to like everyone, right? The collective. That's like a spiritual buzzword, like the collective consciousness. Like it's just people, right? It's disturbing for us to face all of our fears we can face. You, my dear, have some subconscious blocks, I'm sure. Here are some examples. Scarcity. If someone else has it, we both can't have it. Gotta knock them down to get it. That's a big one. Just physical money scarcity. Ever go in an expensive neighborhood and see every garage fully filled with stuff that you know they haven't used? Gotta keep everything, gotta save, and they forget to live? That's another one. Fear of failure. Fear of success. Fear of love. Rather just not love because you don't want to get hurt again. Take your pick. It's okay. We all got our own inner demons. This next part is sad. Not that the whole freaking song is sad. I sang the first song of this album, long story, but 2 security or police officers who were at my door and they were like, that's a depressing song. And I'm like, that's the opener to the album. Hear the beat? That's like the most happiest song in the album, so you guys deal with like the darkest shit every day and you thought my song was depressing, so these are all real stories, fortunately or unfortunately. So this next part is sad. It's about the idea of the 27 Club, about all these musicians who don't make it past 27 because of things like drugs, suicide, etc. And it's so sad. And these are some of the most successful people in the world, which is one of the reasons I fear success, because it's like, these people had all of it. They had everything that I want and they threw their entire life away. So it must not be worth it, right? And so the lyrics go, let's acknowledge the strong souls who failed. And I want to say that these people who lost the battle with their inner demons are some of the strongest people. That just shows you how much these wounds can impact. It can take the strongest people in the world down. So this is not insulting anyone who lost the battle. It's more an acknowledgement of the strength it took to go on for so long, but unfortunately they lost the battle. So it goes, let's acknowledge the strong souls who failed, the 27 Club, not everyone prevails. Not everyone wins the fight with their inner demons. Even the strongest, it can take people down like that. It is not a personal weakness. It is not a character flaw. It is just a product of a deeply flawed and traumatized society. That if you want the life you want, you have to work on this. And hurting other people, it might give you that temporary relief, but it will never, never give you the life that you want. And it's sad that some people think that's the solution. All right. So it goes, don't judge, try to understand why we are destroying ourselves. Why is our society collapsing? Because I feel that it is. I feel that we're realizing that the people in power are the most evil sociopaths in the world. They're corrupt. The people who run everything have the worst character. And I know I said not to judge, but I don't know. When the people cause that much harm, like, you could judge a little, I feel. But I'm talking about, people in general who are victims of this programming. I mean, when you have pedophiles and sociopaths running the planet, how do you think the people are going to be under that? They're going to struggle. They're going to be traumatized. So let's have empathy for the people. Because it's hard out there. Through the holes in our auras, our ideas meld. Yeah, we take on other people's trauma, don't we? Other people's ideas of what's good, what's bad, what to be scared of, right? Fear of being seen and fear of visibility, that's all other people, because who are you afraid of? Their judgments. They meld together in a trauma soup of 21st century Earth. Lovely. Okay, come on. You're feeling that anxiety again because you're getting to the end. I have the worst anxiety when I'm nearing the end of something good. Interesting. That's a hellscape that I live. I work so hard, and then once I get near the satisfaction point, I instead feel terror. Just, whew. We won't stop. We have lost our minds. Can we close the holes? Let ourselves decide. So I mean the holes in our auras, not that hole. So can we have stronger boundaries, stronger energetic sovereignty, and choose our own life and not take on the trauma of others? This last part is a statement to any negative energy or interference that is trying to block me from my path. I say, stop this, no more. I do not consent. We all have free will, people. Use it. Stop this, not me, never again. I swear that I will not be taken down by these thoughts, by these people, ever again. Yes, I will struggle. Yes, I will suffer. Yes, I will be injured. I am only human. But it will not fully destroy me ever again like it did before. And you can choose that too. And I'm not saying that it'll be easy. You will be taken down in this life. That is okay. That is not failure. You just have to get back up again and keep going. Rest, don't quit. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you got something out of this and felt inspired and understand my song better and understand me better. I wish you all the best. Thanks. Bye.
It's disturbing for us to face all of our fears. We can fight.